There are no good answers. If someone was to give you all the money in the world and say guarantee that there's water next year, you couldn't do it.
Remember last June, just as the hot days of the growing season were beginning? Farmers in Jim County were faced with a failing canal used to carry water to 18,000 acres of farmland, and the sliding hill closed one lane of a state highway located just below the failure. The canal was emptied briefly to try and fix the leaks and get water to farmers, and after the water was turned back on, growers made it to fall when the canal was emptied early to start the major repairs needed. Fast forward to April 2014.
You see these bars here?
Yeah.
Those are a soil nail. They're a hollow soil nail. They drilled 80 of them into the bank underneath the canal. They're 20 feet long. They filled them full of concrete. Then they hung a mesh on the outside of it and with some rebar, and then they sprayed about an 8-inch wall of concrete on it.
Mike Mitchell, superintendent of the Emmett Irrigation District, says the canal is ready for water.
We've had GSI come in and soil nail the slide area and build a concrete wall on the outside of it, hang a mesh and shoot concrete onto it to stabilize that hillside, so we shouldn't have any more slides in that area.
And that's not all.
We've excavated and built more concrete flume up here and extended it upstream. We've put in a drainage system to collect any water that might leak or groundwater that might come out of the hillside, take it underneath the concrete ditch and collect it and be able to observe it and manage it and keep it under control. I feel comfortable in that we've taken care of the problem. It doesn't mean that we will never have another slide on this section just due to the nature of the ground and the steepness and the situation, but I think that the slides we've had in the last couple of years will be taken care of.
Farmer Tracy Walton says for the most part, last year's problems had little impact, except on his fall wheat crop.
Well, actually we ended up doing pretty well, except we turned the water off early, maybe 3 weeks early, and it really hurt us on our fall wheat that we planted. We weren't able to get any water to it, so I'm losing some fall wheat because of that. Just dried out, got too dry. Gonna take it out, plant it to corn.
Repair costs were less than first expected, but Mitchell says a drop in the bucket compared to what the water brings to the valley.
The state of Idaho helped contribute to the soil nailing portion of the hill, and they cost shared with us on it. That was about $115,000. The Aquelastic, and they paid half of that. The Aquelastic last year was in the $60,000 range, probably 40 to 50 for this year. And so we're getting it. We're making progress, and considering the economics of losing this ditch, it's a drop in the bucket.
For the Voice of Idaho Agriculture, I'm Steve Ritter.